If you're like any other first-time homebuyer, you've probably been overwhelmed with all the information that's out there on where you should buy your first property. I mean, there's many different data points, opinions, and even conflicting advice. It may feel as if it's nearly impossible to know exactly where to start. So I've done something about that. After researching and looking at all these different data points, articles, and even opinions, I've put together a tier list specifically of the best real estate areas across the United States, and I'm here to share with you guys my journey of discovery today. And if you don't know, when choosing the area that you're going to be living in, the location is everything. That's why a lot of times you'll hear individuals talk about real estate and say location 3 times, because the location is going to determine a lot about what your future literally looks like. Just to put it into context for you guys, the property value is definitely impacted by the location. It can even impact your quality of life and, of course, your overall financial success. You can certainly do exactly what I did, which is look through the internet for hours, maybe even days, to try to find the common denominator of where are the best places, or even speak to family and friends to see. However, this is one thing I really want to pinpoint here is real estate is a forever changing market, so you're going to have to consistently do that, especially if you're not in the market right now. But if you are in the market right now, here, stay tuned in this video because I'm going to share with you guys every area that you should really have on your radar. So let's go ahead and start with the S tier, which is the best of the best. And the first city up on this list is Austin, Texas. If you guys don't know, this city is booming with a thriving tech industry and a strong appreciation potential. But it's not just the numbers. People love the lifestyle here, and it's essentially become the hub of literally innovation, culture, and growth. So of course you can hear exactly what I just mentioned, but it's nothing like backing everything up with a little bit of more information, data, and even perspectives from other individuals. So speaking about Austin, Texas, I can't really speak too much about this market specifically. I've traveled there once, but didn't really spend enough time there to see how the real estate market is. So this is a website that really does a good job with doing a little bit more of a deeper analysis. So if you're not able to do it yourself, you can go ahead and look at this to see. But some of the things I mentioned already, right? A booming economy, a growing population, a diverse job market, which is great for those individuals who are looking. You want to be in areas that are typically growing. You don't, because if you're in an area that's growing, that's going to be good for your real estate appreciation potential. Strong rental market. So for any first-time home buyers or even first-time investors, this is a really good area that is right now, giving out strong rentals, meaning you'll be able to rent out your property for a little bit more than what your mortgage is, so you'll be able to cash flow. Cultural hub is another one. Favorable tax environment, which affects us all, especially as homeowners, because you have property taxes. Pro-business environment, an innovative city. Again, that's innovative city, and just a diverse job market or even a large job market is a good thing. And then strong infrastructure, which is phenomenal. The next one we're going to talk about doesn't have a strong one. I personally know it's an experiences, so you're going to want to hear that. But the quality of life, which is another big component of how this list is created and what tiers are, what cities are going into what tiers. And so this being the best of the best, we're going to go ahead and go to the next best of the best that I have on this list here, which is Raleigh. And for you guys that don't know, this entire channel was curated and built off of Raleigh, North Carolina, given that this is where I do a little bit more of my business. So I could vouch a little bit more about what is said here in terms of strong job market. Yes, I mean, growing population, that both of these have been occurring, I would say, since like late 2018, 19, really popped off in 2020, just about with everything else. Affordable real estate prices, depends on what you consider as affordable. I would say right now, as I'm recording this in October of 2024, the real estate prices, the median is about in that 400 price point. But one thing I definitely love about the Raleigh area is the top tier universities. I mean, if you have kiddos that are, just about going to college, or you have a business and you need top tier talent, what better sense to position yourself around the schools that are top tier in this area? So not only do you have NC State, but you have Duke, you have Chapel Hill, UNC. So you have these schools that are nearby that you could definitely take advantage of. And something I didn't mention, Durham is on this list as well, right? Which sits literally about 30 minutes from Raleigh. So you have two of the biggest markets nearby each other that you can go ahead and take advantage of. And then a thriving cultural scene, access to outdoor recreation. And this is, like, I can add an asterisk. I could put a star around this one because recreation is a big thing here. you'll find a lot of things to do outdoors, without a doubt. And then the growing tech industry, so that has a lot to do with Research Triangle Park. RTP is also what it's known for, so that is right now on its way. And if you guys don't know, if it even happens, right, Apple is, I think, going to be a big component of that growing tech industry that we do end up seeing. Now we're going to move over to the A tier, which these are still great areas, but they do come with a little bit of challenges that you want to be cognizant of. Where we land right here in Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm not going to really speak too much about this. It actually sits right behind Raleigh, so kind of give you a little bit understanding of where exactly it's positioned. I do hear phenomenal things about it. I know there's a ton of investors out there that are really looking to pick up whatever it is that they find. And I have a few friends that are out there, but I don't know exactly what the real estate market is like in terms of just on the first-time homebuyer aspect. But let's just say, maybe you can compete with a little bit of the investors that are out there, the big investors, which is a strong, diverse economy, a growing population, affordable housing market. So that I would put a nice little asterisk on affordable, because it all depends on you and also what is deemed as affordable for that area. But a high rental demand, which is great for investors. Tourism, also great for investors. Proximity to outdoor recreation, same thing that Raleigh has. This, I'm going to assume, is a little bit different just because you're more in the desert, obviously. And then a major transportation hub, which is phenomenal, because now that's one less thing that you really have to worry about. I know the big thing that we have to worry about in Raleigh, North Carolina is the transportation, whether it's public or even airfare or anything of that nature. Right now, that's all a growing thing. So there are challenges that do come with that. I'm not really able to pinpoint what the challenge here in Arizona, outside of course, the investors that are really looking to gobble everything that they possibly can. But maybe this could help you with a little bit of information in terms of affordability, being that you are in that $525,000 price point as of March of 2024. I'm just really curious to see what they have for Raleigh, to see if it's okay. That's pretty high, but given that was of March, so and then okay, I guess I don't know. I should have fact checked that one beforehand before allowing this to kind of be what it is that we're gonna live for. But we'll go ahead and move on to the next one that I have on this list, which I've visited this market and I've saw it. Have a few friends that are in it that are actually within the real estate, and it's a growing scene, I will say. And so this is still within that A tier, and where you're gonna go ahead and sit within that strong economy, affordable. Again, cost of living, that's different than when we're talking about affordable real estate prices. Affordable cost of living is a little different. Again, don't look at the affordability as a major thing, because it's all going to be relative to you in your scenario. But when we move forward, we have a thriving industry, a thriving tourism industry, growing population, access to the beach, of course, being by the coast. But be careful when you're by the coast, because I'm sure you guys know, I'm sure you guys have been seeing all the hurricanes and even the insurances pulling out of certain areas. So keep that in mind. But it's always going to open up the door for investment opportunities for those first-time home buyers. And favorable climate, I think we can all justify that one, because I don't know if humidity is a favorable climate. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move over to the next tier. Now, as we move over to B tier, these are solid picks, but it can come with a little bit more obstacles or even challenges along the way. For instance, if we go ahead and take a look at Denver, Colorado, it's a gorgeous place with gorgeous views, outdoor activities, but home prices have skyrocketed, and it may be becoming a little bit tough for that new home buyer to enter in that market. Looking specifically at Denver, seeing why it may be a great place to look at. Strong economy, you have a growing population, a booming real estate market, this is exactly probably why it's tough for newer buyers to get into this, especially first-time home buyers. Proximity to outdoor recreation, a culture and entertainment scene, top-tier education, and of course access to major cities. So I want to kind of go back to the booming real estate market. For those of you who may be wondering, well, why may be it difficult? Because there may be a lot of people that are looking to buy and sell in that area, and even investors looking to buy up some land as well. And I honestly can speak based off of personal experience and personal stories that this is one of those areas that you definitely want to be cognizant of the price points, specifically because it's out of reach for some individuals. I mean, I know someone who recently just got out of that area, And he was just saying, like, no, this is just not, the area that one he wanted to be in, but the price points were too crazy for him. So, just other reasons, of course, played a role in that. But you definitely want to keep in mind, as a first-time home buyer, you're coming out of your own pocket with a lot of things. Is this something that you're going to literally be able to endure? But another area in that B tier is Nashville, Tennessee. And this is a city that's been growing fast. As you guys may know, it is the music city. It's still a great place, but you want to be cognizant of the prices as they continuously creep up with the rest of the world. And the competition is already strong as is. So making it a bit more challenging for those individuals, maybe first time or even investors, to secure a deal. As we continue to go through this list here, let's talk about C tier, which is going to be a little bit more of a tougher decision that you're just going to have to sit with and really analyze to see if it all makes sense. And let's go ahead and first start off with Chicago, Illinois. Let's see exactly what are the top reasons why individuals are looking there. Why should you even consider that area as a first-time home buyer or even an investor? Which right now, strong rental market, which is good. I mean, 50% of the population rents. Whew, that's phenomenal. I mean, that's phenomenal. And I do know Chicago isn't up there in terms of price point either. Certain areas, sure, but not everywhere. But thriving downtown. And then, of course, your blue-collar areas with high rents, large population, really large. It's like, honestly, that's Chicago. I've recently traveled there. It's literally like another New York, but obviously it's going to be a little different in terms of its own character. But presence of well-developed infrastructure, investment opportunities, of course, affordable housing, okay, investment in public transportation there. I did not see as an issue when I was there. A thriving startup culture. And startup in what, though? Because this could be a big role for anyone. If it's a thriving startup culture, but what industry is it specific? If it's tech, that's phenomenal. But if it's something else, then obviously you want to look a little bit more into it to see exactly what that startup culture looks like and is it fulfilling to you or what it is that you are looking for. But also in that C tier, we have Cleveland, Ohio, which if you're looking for affordable homes, cash flow, this could work, but of course it may mean slower appreciation over time. So may not be the best, but it also could be a good thing depending on what spectrum you're on in terms of growth and looking for that financial success. Now being at the last tier, which is D tier, this is an area where the risks may outweigh the rewards. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and talk about Detroit, Michigan. While you'll find affordable properties and opportunities there, the city is facing economic challenges, so be cognizant of that. And then we have Buffalo, New York on this list as well. Same goes for it. It's positive growth within the past couple of years, but it does have a slower job market, which then could impact the economic development and growth as well. After looking at each market, I hope that you guys can really pick up that, real estate isn't a one-size-fits-all situation. In fact, a lot of areas are going to have their own strengths and challenges locally that you got to identify to see if that even aligns with you and what it is that you're looking to do. So that's why it's critical to reach out to a local realtor or professional in that area to pick their brain a little bit about what's going on there. And obviously, you guys may know I'm in that North Carolina area, so I can help you there. But if you don't want to move to North Carolina, you want to look at a different area that we mentioned on this list or vice versa, you can always reach out to me and I can connect you with someone that I do know that can help you and assist you on that end. But let this tier list specifically, guide you for your next move. And if this list in this video gave you some sort of clarity, let us know which city in the comments below you think needs to be on this list. Because just as much as I enjoy making these videos for you guys, my name is Roney Polynice, and I am a licensed realtor here in North Carolina. And would love nothing more but the opportunity and ability to assist you with your relocation needs. So if you want to set up a Zoom consultation, go ahead and do so. You can find that all over the descriptions, or you can you see that number that is popping up right there. Reach out to me, phone, call, text, email, day or night, heck, maybe even on the weekends. Always remember one thing. I got your back in this market.